Good morning, friends. The 20th day of February is designated as World Day of Social Justice. The day is also called World Social Justice Equality Day. The United Nations General Assembly has decided to observe this day, approved it on 26 November 2007 and launched it in 2009. The declaration recognizes the need to promote social justice. It includes efforts to tackle issues such as poverty, exclusion, gender inequality, unemployment, human rights, and social protections. The day guarantees fair outcomes for employment, social protection, social dialogue, and fundamental principles and rights as well. The celebration reflects on guaranteeing fair outcomes for all through employment, social protection, social dialogue, fundamental principles, and rights at work. The declaration is also a step toward a commitment for continuous social justice and fair globalization. The pursuit of social justice by the United Nations is part of their global mission to promote social development and human dignity. In fact, the adoption of the Declaration on Social Justice for a Fair Globalization by the International Labour Organization is just one example of many actions of the commitment to social justice by the system of United Nations. According to the former Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, the gap between the poorest and the wealthiest around the world is wide and growing. This situation is not only between countries but within them, including many of the most prosperous. The World Day of Social Justice is observed to highlight the power of global solidarity to advance opportunity for all. There are many social justice issues in the world today. Gender inequality, systemic racism, and unemployment are just a few. World Day of Social Justice recognizes the need to promote efforts to tackle issues such as discrimination, poverty, gender equity, and access to justice for all. The purpose of the day is to focus on the plight of social injustice throughout the world and to press for improvements and solutions. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." The day is also pledged to promote equitable distribution of income and greater access to resources through equity and equality for all. Every year, the United Nations hosts an event to celebrate this day and the people that helped make it what it is. Teachers and parents alike also use this day to teach the young children in this world about the ideologies of social injustice and why it is important. It is in view of cautioning the next generation not to make the same mistake like the ones before, so that we can all live a happy, safe, and fulfilling life without fear. Over the recent years, the idea of social injustice has been classified into 5 different components: the dignity of the human being, primacy of the common good, reciprocal rights and responsibilities, the dignity of workers and rights for workers, and last but not least, fundamental options for the poor and the vulnerable. These concepts are at the heart of the United Nations as it pushes for human dignity and equality for all. World Social Justice Day is celebrated to raise a voice against social injustice and to bring the various communities internationally together to eliminate poverty, gender and physical discrimination, illiteracy and religious discrimination to make a socially integrated society. Removing the barriers regarding gender, age, race, ethnicity, religion, culture or disability is the purpose of observing the day. The year 2021 focused on efforts by the international community to search for solutions to achieve sustainable development, poverty eradication, the promotion of full employment and decent work, universal social protection, gender equality, and access to social well-being and justice for all. In the words of Frederick Douglass, where justice is denied, where poverty is enforced, where ignorance prevails, and where any one class is made to feel that society is an organized conspiracy to oppress, rob and degrade them, neither persons nor property will be safe. Further, there may be times when we are powerless to prevent injustice, but there must never be a time when we fail to protest, affirms Elie Wiesel. Leigh Bardugo says, sometimes the only way to get justice is to take it for yourself. Marian Wright Edelman suggests the right way out when he states, the challenge of social justice is to evoke a sense of community, that we need to make our nation a better place, just as we make it a safer place. Finally, justice means paying everyone his or her due. It is the principle that people receive that which they deserve. Justice is fairness in the way people are treated. Justice is truth. Justice would mean refraining from partial behavior. Justice is ethics. God does not discriminate but gives a fair deal to everyone. The humans have to learn to give everyone a fair deal too. One requires being fair and just in view of being spiritual as well. On the occasion of the World Day of Social Justice 2022, on behalf of Institute of Harmony and Peace Studies, New Delhi, I wish to make a strong appeal to the fellow citizens of my country and of the world society. Let us make it a point to measure out a fair deal to one and all. Let our society be characterized by social justice in view of a human and divine feel all around. In special, let us apply all possible means to reach out to the unfortunate sisters and brothers of ours who are denied social justice. May social justice characterize our human world. May we thus have a better tomorrow for our country and for the society at large. Thank you.